few things about technology and have been basically living and breathing the life of Silicon Valley for the last 20 years or so. It's been pretty much tracking all the major developments going on there. And so part of what I'm going to be talking about today are a lot of those tech trends in a bigger context. The deep structural change that we're going through right now is essentially the digitization of everything. There's all kinds of these challenges that are happening right now, essentially that are indicative of system breakdown. Our healthcare systems are failing, our educational systems aren't up to speed, we're essentially not able to figure out the retirement system for the boomers, we've got these global threats of terrorism we're still wrapping our hands around. This is why I think all these forces are driving what essentially will be seen historically as a reinvention of this country. And so whether you like it or not, we are living in this crazy time of transition. It's so wonderful in some respects. As long as you like change, the world of video is just starting to explode. Particularly two-way interactive video, which we're going to talk about. We've spent a million years perfecting how to communicate with our faces. And that's essentially the world that hasn't been able to be communicated through the internet until very, very recently here. We are just moving into this place where video is going to be the core thing driving. And in fact, what gets crazier is they're expecting it to hit about 90% of all traffic on the internet is going to basically be video in 2015, in the middle of this decade here. This thing called Google+, which is essentially the social network that people compare a little bit to Facebook. It's really a different animal. It has the social networking that Facebook has, but it has these two other elements. It has this ability to get up to 10 people together on a video, and it ultimately has a way to work on these common documents, which is essentially, this is what happens. You mix demographics, young people, with technology, and stuff happens. And that's what's happening all over the world. Because young people don't give a rip about the past. They don't care how you did it before. They're all about the future. Totally able to make this transition to this all-digital kind of interconnected society. We're going to make this transition to this much more globally interconnected society that's going to reinvent itself. We're going to basically make even this transition to new energy sources and ultimately a more sustainable way of designing everything. And ultimately people in 50, 100, 500 years from now, they're going to basically look back and say, early 21st century, that was when the world went digital. That was when the world went global. That was when the world went sustainable. That was when America, one more time, kind of reinvented itself and helped lead the world into this next big era.